You see, international airlines are more or less on the platform of IATA. So most of the things that I'm talking about have been in existence all over the world for a very long time. It's Nigeria that I will say the rules came on board only in 2012. So the international airlines are aware of what they are supposed to do. And most times we don't have any issues with them. Once there is a delay, then what? Once they cancel their flights, straight away we just get report that they are taking people to the hotel and things like that. Domestic, it takes time for you to get used to some of these regulations. Our regulations are barely 2 years old. But over those 2 years, I would say that things are moving. It may not be at the pace that most people want to see it, but then we receive a minimum of 60,000 complaints every year. And out of those 60,000 complaints, I would assure you that 95% are resolved. Abdulaziz, the 17-year-old student, is going back to school. She schools in Ukraine. So the mother and child went to Egypt office in VI to buy a ticket for him. And the ticket was issued with Kyiv as destination, KIV for the airport code. KIV, incidentally, is Moldova. It is not Kyiv, Ukraine. Kyiv, Ukraine is KBP. So when the mother saw the ticket, she complained there and then that no, this boy has gone to that school, has gone to Ukraine before, and this is not the airport code. But Egypt said no, that as far as they are concerned, KIV is the airport code for Kyiv. So this boy was taken through Cairo, through Istanbul, and landed in Kyiv, Moldova. Of course, authorities would not take it kindly because they believe internationally a law has been broken. You don't go to any other person's country without a visa. So they treated Abdulaziz with disdain, like a common criminal, deported him back through Istanbul, through Cairo to Lagos. One of the authorities, we don't know who for now, also defaced his passport. But the country manager of Egypt was on ground here to receive Abdulaziz when he came. She showed genuine remorse that it was really a genuine mistake that took place. They booked both mother and son in a hotel for 5 days, got a new passport for him, even took him for medical checkup and paid. They came with an offer of 2 economy tickets annually for the next 3 years. Abdulaziz incidentally will be in school for the next 3 years. So they have offered him to bring him into Nigeria and back to school twice every year for the next 3 years until he finishes school. They have also offered the mother and Abdulaziz a free tour of Egypt for 1 week, free tickets, free accommodation in Egypt, free meet and greet in the airport, transportation in Egypt for the 1 week that they are going to stay there. So we called the family. They said that they are not, that the compensation level that Egypt Air has given them is not acceptable to them.
For the first timer, this aircraft is just one of the oddest looking crafts in the world. Popularly known as the beluga because of its strong resemblance to the white Arctic whale, the Airbus A300-600 ST. ST stands for Super Transporter and is unique not only in appearance but also for the essential role it performs in European aviation. European aircraft manufacturer Airbus has production centers scattered all over the continent, one defining its origins as a pan-European consortium. So each factory specializes in the completion of a specific section of an aircraft. All of the 5 belugas, operated by Airbus, link these plants and take the different aircraft sections to the final assembly line, either in Toulouse or Hamburg. The beluga is operated by a crew of 3, 2 pilots and a load master.
We have a cruising speed a little bit lower on a normal Airbus, of course, due to the shape. And also, we don't like very much high turbulence. And very big crosswind.
Each of the 5 belugas currently in operation are actually Airbus A300-600 jets that have been modified to carry large cargo. The characteristic hump was developed by cutting the top section of the aircraft, and an additional wider fuselage section resembling a bubble was added to the airframe. The cockpit was lowered, making it possible for the cargo hold to be loaded and unloaded through the front of the aircraft. The result is an incredibly spacious cargo hold. Although the Beluga's maximum payload of 47 tons is surpassed by a handful of other cargo aircraft, its voluminous hold makes it suitable for transporting oversized but not particularly heavy cargo, like aircraft parts. The Beluga can carry the wings of an A340 airliner or a fuselage section for Airbus' newest wide-body aircraft, the A350. But it's not large enough to transport parts for the A380 Super Jumbo. Those need to travel by boat, barge, and by road. Belugas have occasionally been chartered to fly satellites, helicopters, and even works of art.
Now to the issue of the cargo lockdown at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport. There appears to be no truth in sight as the 2 warehouses remain under lock and key after 2 weeks. Representatives of the 2 licensed custom agents who attended a broad security meeting speak about the economic effect of this action.
From the statistics, customs make between 40 to 50 million naira on daily basis on revenue. Same goes to, the handlers and other stakeholders. When one is suffering, it affects the others. We are really appealing to government as a matter of necessity, because this is becoming a national issue. It is becoming a national problem. It's even a national embarrassment. Millions of naira worth of goods are really damaging at the tarmac. And who bears this? And we can equally think about the demurrage that is accrued to all these days that we have been on this sit tight.
But the aviation minister has a strong word about the actions that led to the close down.
The custom did not, it was in their remix, in their line of authority to order that closure. So it was not ordered by me or this, but I fully support it. I want everybody to know that nobody can hold the Nigerian government to ransom. So no group of people, no matter how powerful they are, no matter how much they gather, can harass government agencies and force us into submission because they believe that government will not want to close down airports. We've done it with the cargo terminals, we will do it with any part of our airports. No group of Nigerians, no matter how highly placed, should be allowed to be unruly or to cause problem in any part of our national life, because this is how we started everywhere. Anybody you touch, tanker drivers, they won't move out from the road. These people, they will close the road. These people, they will do this. But now, I can assure you that the custom agents now know that if it takes us 3 weeks, 1 month to resolve the problem, we will take that time to resolve it. They must come under the control and regulation of the government agencies at the airports. And we are going to come out with even stiffer rules about registering them and making sure they cannot give us conditions on how to operate airports they didn't build. So let it be clear to everybody that Nigerian government will not blink by blackmail. The airports will be reopened, the terminals will be reopened, but on the conditions set out by the government. I will be in touch with the Custom Controller General, and I will ensure that we speedily bring it to closure, but let it be known that we will not succumb.
Our flight terminates right here. Please remember to reach us on our feedback platform. I'm Bukola Joe Oketumbi. See you next week.